Hello and welcome back to another calf update video. As you can see, we have a new calf there and a new calf there. So if you're new to my calving update videos, I already have 3 or 4 of them already on the channel. But just to sum it up very quickly, I show you the calf, I go through when it was born, I go through when the cow was due, what breed the calf is, what we bulled the cow with, and what sex is it or what gender it is. But we'll start off with this cow first because she was the first one due. So she was due on the 11th of April and she calved on the 10th of April. She calved in the morning at around 10 or 11 o'clock-ish, so there was obviously someone on the farm keeping an eye out and to make sure everything is okay, but she did calve on her own. All the cows that we have calved, so all now we had 8 calf and 8 have calved. They all calved on their own except for one, but we didn't know how long she was in that state, so we had to jack the calf out. So there was only one that we had to jack out, but she probably could have calved on her own. But anyways, she was due on the 11th of April. She calved on the 10th of April. She calved on her own. It's another bull calf. So far we have only one heifer calf, but we'll wait and see what the other one is. I know what the other one is, but you don't, so you'll have to wait and see. We bulled the cow there with the 2014 Limousine Bull, which is a very popular bull this year on our farm for bulling cows with, because we've used it in most cows that we've... The 8 cows that we have calved now, I think we maybe used EBY in 1 or 2 of them, and the rest of them was the 2014 Limousine Bull. So that's the bull he's out of. And he is a bull as well. I don't know if I mentioned that, but he's a bull as well. But he is a grand little calf. He's very lively. And it's a big calf as well, because she was very big when she was pregnant, and we didn't think, was it going to be a really big calf or was she going to give birth to twins? And then she pushed out him, which, you know, he's not as big as I thought he would be, but he's big enough. He's bigger than the other calf over there, so, you know. And I'm surprised we didn't have to jack him out or even go through the side door. As long as we didn't need to do a C-section or operate on her, it's okay. But she did manage to push him out on her own, which I'm surprised, because I think he's probably one of the biggest calves so far. He's obviously not as big as them over there, because obviously they have months under their belt now, so they're a couple of months old. But for like a newborn calf, just born, he's one of the biggest so far, because when they were just born, they were relatively nice-sized, small calves, and obviously the cows were able to give birth on their own. So, but when they were newborns, just being born, even a day old, an hour old, they were all relatively small, normal-sized, easy calving calves. But this buck here, he's one of the biggest ones that came out of the cow. So that's that. That's him. We can move on to the next one. And here he is. He's a very lively buck, jumping around the place. But she was due on the 13th of April, but she calved on the 11th. So basically a day after the other one. She calved on the 10th, she was due on the 11th. She was due on the 13th, and she calved on the 11th. But he's also a bull calf, so we have... out of the 8 calves we have 7 bulls and 1 heifer. So, and that's very unusual for us, because we usually might get in and around a 50-50 or a 40-60 or a 70-30 sort of ratio between bulls and calves. But we've never had this much of one gender than the other one. So it's a bit unusual for us, but we were hoping to have a bit more heifers this year than what we have. But obviously we have bulls. We'll most likely be selling them in the mart when they're a year or two old, and we'll be getting money out of them anyways. So he's a bull. He was born on the 11th of April. We bulled the cow with the 2016 limousine bull as well. And he's obviously a limousine. You can know by his colour. I think the mother is a limousine cross as well. So now we did have a problem with this buck because he wasn't able to suck the cow for a very long time. He was trying to attempt it, but he wasn't coming close. He couldn't actually find the teats, so that was unusual for a calf. So we would have put the cow in the crush there and started milking her, and then bottle feeding the calf with her milk for a couple of days. About 2 or 3 days we've been doing that, feeding them in the morning and in the evening. So it wasn't all that easy, but I was telling the old man then that the next time you put the cow in the crush, why don't you try and guide the calf to the cow's teats and just show him how to suck and stuff, and then he might pick it up from there and do it himself. Because my dad was basically putting the cow in every day for 3 days, milking her and bottle feeding the calf, and so the calf would only get used to being bottle fed. And maybe that's one of the reasons as well why he wasn't really keen on finding the teats, because he probably thought the only way he was getting food was his mother going in there and then us humans fiddling around with his mother and then coming out with a bottle of white stuff for him. And that's probably why he wasn't so keen on sort of sucking the teats himself, because he got used to the bottle feeding. But he did start sucking then on his own the teats, and we didn't have to bottle feed him since. But I am recording this video on the 15th of April. I don't know when it's going to go out, so obviously I didn't want to record the video on the first day or two, because obviously the calves would have been still fairly fresh, and I wanted them to settle in and just be at home. And obviously we had problems with him as well at the start, and I wanted to sort that out first before I started taking out the camera and doing my last calving update of this year's batch of calves. So that's that. So I'll just give you now a quick rundown of everything I said there in the next minute. This cow was due on the 11th of April, but she calved on the 10th of April. The calf here is a bull, and we bulled the cow with the 2014 limousine bull, so he's a limousine cross. She was due on the 13th of April, but she calved on the 11th of April. It's a bull calf, and we bulled the cow with the 2014 limousine bull, so the calf there would be a limousine cross, and I believe the mother is a limousine cross as well. And I'll just get a few shots of you with the calves, show you how nice of calves they are, and you'll be able to see their progress in future videos, watch them grow up, and then eventually you'll see them going to the mart being sold in 2 years' time. And that's the other calf. Obviously he's feeding himself, he's getting his milk, he's a hungry grown lad, so he needs his food and supplements. But anyways, that is going to be the end of today's video. So if you liked it, please do give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and hit the bell notification to be notified of every future video I upload. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Take care.